statement of the two minor girls, and these are the first images that we are getting to you here on India Today. Our team getting you the latest on this big story. And Sagai Raj, as you travel to the hospital, the two minors, they gave a statement under section 164 CRPC, which is admissible as evidence in a court of law. What is the pontiff's point of view on this? What has the pontiff told the police so far?
Yes, the day before yesterday, the statements were recorded under CRPC 164. Followed by that, it was been handed over to IO, and IO had taken a decision. Remember, there was a lot of criticism against the police for not acting on this particular case. And today, they initially picked up Rashmi, the A2, in this particular case, and now the A1 of
in connection with Pocso case.
The warden was first taken into custody, the warden was questioned, and subsequently the arrest was made. And I quickly want to cut across to India Today's Nabila Jamal for more on this story. Nabila, 6 long days, and it's finally India Today Impact, relentless coverage that the police were finally in a position to act. So far, were they delaying this action?
Undoubtedly, there's been unprecedented delay. If I could tell you, ideally, under the Pocso Act, it's 2 to 3 hours maximum within which the police will have to arrest the accused. But because of the kind of the influential rope that this Seer seemed to have had, it appears the police were also very fearful of arresting him immediately. In fact, they took the girls in for questioning, Gaurav, many times. They questioned the girls repeatedly, in fact, in and out. And almost, to a point that it was asked widely among the people of Chitradurga that when the girls can be inquired and questioned by the police so many times, the main accused in the case, the Sharanaru, who is the Mutt Seer, who is Shivamurthy Sharanaru, a revered religious pontiff, accused of rape allegations under the Pocso Act of 2 minor girls, he is not even detained or even summoned, let alone arrest. Even a summon wasn't initiated at that point. But 7 days later, finally it appears that after India Today's relentless coverage, it appears that the police have finally buckled to act. In fact, the pressure was, of course, building on all political parties. Of course, the BJP in the state, they have a great support from the Lingayat community. And after much hesitation, it appears that the Bombay government have finally acted.
Okay. And Sagai Raj, why was there this delay on the part of the police? You're on ground zero right now. You're at the government hospital. Bring us the latest and explain the delay. Okay, we'll once again try and establish that link with Sagai Raj, who's at the government hospital, where the Seer has now been taken for a medical examination as per procedure. Once an arrest is made, within 24 hours he has to be produced before a magistrate for the next course of action. The police would automatically seek, in this case, police custody for further interrogation, for further questioning in this case. And these are images that we bring to you of action on ground, where the Seer has now been taken to hospital. There is massive police deployment even at the Mutt. And explain the police deployment at the Mutt, Nabila. Was there an apprehension that the situation could take a turn should the arrest take place?
You know, Gaurav, there were police going in and out of the Mutt. There was huge police deployment outside the Mutt because there was some kind of anticipation that there may be some ruckus. Protesters might, surround the Mutt, and of course, some kind of commotion might take place. So in anticipation of that, in fact, what was unfortunate that the police department in Karnataka, Chitradurga Police, in fact, gave protection to the accused Seer. Instead of detaining and arresting him, he further got protection, police protection. He was even escorted all the way from Haveri. When the police complaint was filed, there was talk that for 2 days, the seer went missing. Some said that he was absconding, he went incommunicado, but then later many of the other seers said that he only went to Haveri to meet his legal counsel. So while he was coming back from Haveri all the way, the police at Chitradurga, in fact, literally escorted him in their vehicles, dropped him back safely to his Mutt, which is what is shocking, that it took them 7 days to actually wake up to a Pocso Act. And let me tell you here, Gaurav, the NCPCR has taken serious note of this case. After India Today's constant highlight on this matter, it appears that a notice was sent out to the Karnataka Police, to the Chitradurga Police, asking them why no action, why no detention, why no arrest of the accused here so far, despite it being so many days. What exactly are the steps are you taking to investigate in this matter? So there were 3 days for the Chitradurga Police to actually respond. The notice was issued on the 28th of August. And now, in the next 2 days, the police would have had to file a report. And if the police does not file a report to the NCPCR, suggesting all the relevant action taken under the right acts of the Pocso, then the police could lose their job. The concerned police or the concerned department there dealing with the case could be suspended. And it appears that the police have finally buckled because of the NCPCR's pressure. And of course, the media highlight on this constantly, putting great pressure on the government, finally bending to act. A seer or a common man, Gaurav, we know that the law is the same for all. But this is the first time that we saw brazen violation of all protocols by the police department as well as the government. And of course, the Mutt seers backing him. But it seems like the mass power finally worked. People's power, people's protest on the streets have finally pushed the Karnataka government to crack down.
Karnataka seer finally taken into custody, and these are live images that we get to you from the government hospital where he has been brought in for a medical checkup. Very serious charges under Pocso Act against the seer, and this Pocso Act is Protection of Children from Sexual Offences Act. The minors had made a complaint and recorded their statement in front of a magistrate under section 164 of the CRPC, which means that statement is admissible as evidence in a court of law. And I quickly want to cut across to my colleague Sagai Raj, who joins us from Ground Zero in Chitradurga for more on the story. So finally, after the NCPCR cracked the whip, after journalists relentlessly pursued the story, the arrest has taken place. What next, Sagai?
Next is a routine medical checkup. It should be done by the police, and he's been taken to one of the hospitals. Initially, the police said that he was taken to a government hospital. And now we're learning from our police sources that he was being taken to a different hospital. And everything has been kept on the carpet when it comes to the investigation, because initially police said that they have not questioned him, and all this police went in a mufti inside the Mutt this evening, and they had questioned Shivamurthy Sharanaru. Following by that, the police, the top cop, have confirmed that he was being arrested, and after that he was being taken outside in a mysterious car. They tried to divert the media attention, who were waiting near the Mutt, and the vehicle was taken in a different direction. And when we entered the government hospital, we couldn't find him, and what we also get to learn is he's been shifted to a different hospital. The police is trying to keep away the media glare on Shivamurthy Sharanaru, and so far we are trying to find out where he has been taken.
Okay, so after this medical checkup, he would be taken, would he be produced before a magistrate today itself, or the police have 24 hours with them, they will produce him before a magistrate subsequently?